In Parshat Emor, we find something a bit startling. Hashem speaks to Moshe, Hashem starts talking to Moshe, but it doesn't say anything about what Hashem said to him. And yet Moshe Rabbeinu was supposed to act upon that. What does that tell us? What is Hashem asking us and asking us to learn from that? There was once a Rosh Hashiva who had gone into an office, who had an appointment, fundraising for his building that he planned on putting up. And they come into the office and they meet the secretary. The secretary says, he's inside, please walk in. And they go inside, they see there's a man at the desk, nicely dressed. And they start putting out their brochures and showing the plans for the new building and the new campus and what they'd like to hope. And they're going on a pitch for 5 minutes. And all of a sudden the doors in the back open up, and into the office walks, obviously in this case, the person they intended to meet, the businessman whose office it really was. And they look at the person who they were talking to the whole time and they said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm just another Meshulach collecting also for my cause. You were so passionate about your cause that I was just nodding and seemingly interested in what you had to offer." And what the Rosh Hashiva understood, and the lesson that he gave over after he learned the lesson personally, is that we could be talking and begging, but the question is really who the real address is. And it's really all the Rabbanei Shalom. It's really all Hashem. We could think we're talking to this Meshulach, and we scream for this raise, and this person hurt us, and this one didn't give us the promotion that we wanted. But it's all HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's all Hashem. And the idea is that we look at ourselves and we know that Kishem she'ein partzufein shel adam shavas kach ein dein shel adam shavas. The same way our appearances, our faces, no two have ever been created the same. No one will ever have a duplicate face of ours ever again in the history. So too our deis, our character traits, our opinions, our mindset, our intellect, the whole full package is also just as unique. And the reason is because Hashem created that for a specific purpose. We have a unique mission in this world, and Hashem's calling to us by the traits and the character traits and the situations and the challenges that He personally gives each and every one of us uniquely and individually, tailor-made for every one of us. That is what Hashem was showing us. He said to Moshe, and the Torah doesn't tell us what, because Hashem created Moshe for who he was, with his IQ, with his emotional level, with his family, with his environment, with his time period in history, with his unique messages that he himself got, that made up of who he was. And because Moshe Rabbeinu was supposed to understand that and see that, he wasn't going to turn to any Meshulach, he wasn't going to turn to some other person to beg his cause, but rather he looked inside to himself. He said, Hashem made me who I am. And that's Hashem telling me what to do and how to, and dictating my life. Now let me see what Hashem made for me. What are my talents? What are my unique capabilities? And now let me take a step forward and use them for the good and to service Hashem. That was the Kriya, that calling that was not mentioned in the Torah, but in reality speaks to every one of us in a wholesome way. Have a wonderful Shabbos.